Hey everybody, Dr. Ben here, Functional Medicine Centers. Excited to go over today with you some of my daily tips, my daily hacks, things I do day in and day out to maintain health and to be as vibrant and vital as I possibly can. So excited to have you on board for this, sharing some of my personal tricks here, and just want to give you guys everything I've got today to encourage you, because when we start thinking about health, we start thinking about, I want to be healthy, I want to lose weight, I want to have more energy, all of these things, and then we start going into the shoulds, and we should do this, we should eat better, we should change our sleep pattern, whatever it is, but instead it has to go to a must. And it's a must that I do these things. Hey Doris, good to see you. So that's what we're going to be going over today, these musts that are in my life, and they're things that are just absolutely necessary. Nancy, good to see you up in Steamboat today. All right, so go ahead and pop down below where you guys are watching from. Love to see everybody all over the United States, all over the world. We've got peeps all over the place, so drop those down below. And then, as always, if you are new to this page, if you have not liked or followed this before, go ahead and do that, and share this with as many people as you possibly can, because how many people do you know that are not living their fullest life, that are not healthy, that are not doing these things on a regular basis? All right, good to see you out there in the Philippines as well. Good morning from Gillette, losing weight. Good job. Good job. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be talking about 11 tools that I use, 11 things that I think about every single day, 11 of the pieces of health that you need to be doing, that you need to be thinking about. Hey there, Christina in Grover, good to see you. And we've got Oklahoma, Catherine, great to see you as well. Angie out there in Iowa, great to see you guys. Hope everybody is well. Miss you a lot. All right, so here we go. The first thing that, and these aren't in any order except the very last one is my most important, but these are not in any order of importance. They're all very, very important. One of the most important on that note is going to be sleep. So what are you going to do to be able to get the best quality sleep? Hey, Sherry in Kentucky. So sleep is absolutely crucial for so many things. We see poor sleep, we're going to have higher rates of Alzheimer's. People are going to be more overweight. They're going to be tired. They're going to be more likely to have car accidents, all types of different things. Sleep is when we repair, we rebuild, we regenerate bone, skin, hair, nails, joints, brain, gut, all these different things. You've got to have good, deep quality sleep. Unfortunately, my guess is 80-90% of the patients that come in to see us are not having good quality sleep. So you've got to figure out why you're not sleeping and what you can do about it. So here's some of the basic things, and we've got a whole bunch of videos on there. I posted a link to our YouTube channel. You can search a whole lot easier than on Facebook on there, but I've posted many, many videos on sleep. But here's some of the basic ones. You want to sleep colder. We put ours at 59 degrees, we put our thermostat. So we sleep cold, put more blankets on. You want to sleep dark, so put as many blackout curtains, things like that. Hey Valerie, good to see you up there in Cheyenne. You want to put out blackout curtains, make it as dark as you can. You want to get your state ready for sleep, so you want to turn your lights down low at least an hour before bed. Turn off all devices at least an hour before bed. You want to make sure that you're able to get that brain to relax, and you can use certain things like lavender, salt bath, any different things. I love using any type of device to manage and monitor your sleep. You can use your watch, you can use your Fitbit. One of my favorite is an Oura Ring, if you've heard of those, but they're great. You can turn off Bluetooth, turn off Wi-Fi, anything to that at night, and it saves that. But then the next morning it gives you a sleep score, gives you all types of different information. So you've got to get that good, deep quality sleep. You want to sleep through the night. If you wake up, go to the bathroom, you want to go right back to sleep. That is the ideal sleep state. You want to wake up refreshed. Hey, let's get going on with the day. I'm up at 4:50 every morning, jump out of bed and take on the day. So that is where we want to get to. But by 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, I'm pretty much ready for bed. So that's what you expect to see, but you want to see that consistent energy all day. So sleep, number one thing. Water is the second thing that you need to do, something that I think about all the time when I'm the water that you're actually intaking into your body. So look at whole house filters. There's a lot of different brands out there. If you've got questions, pop those down below of what we use in our house. What we've done is we've done a whole house filter that then takes the chlorine out so that your hair, skin, all of those things in your shower. We used to have little shower filters on every one of those. So it was a hassle. And then even in the bathtub, you couldn't really get that chlorine out. So we put in a whole house filter, and then we've got something that takes out the fluoride as well. But this is my mug at the office, and I go through a lot of water per day. Most people somewhere in that half to 1 gallon of water, depending on how much activity you're doing, how hydrated you need to be. Robin, good to see you there in Nebraska. But water is crucial. You've got to stay hydrated. We'll pop that house filter, the water filter, down below. So water is crucial. So sleep, water. We've talked about the next one a whole bunch. That's why I wrote my book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. And that is going to be stabilizing your blood sugar. This is going to be one of the biggest things you can do for your health, for losing weight, for keeping your energy consistent. If you've got autoimmune, for calming down and taming that autoimmune, Hashimoto's, any of those type of things, you've got to keep that blood sugar stabilized. Give me a thumbs up, anybody that's been tracking their blood sugar or know what I'm talking about as far as that blood sugar goes. Absolutely crucial that you get that stabilized. Blood sugar is going to, when it's stabilized, it's going to decrease your aging. It's going to, lots of different systems need to be stabilized with that blood sugar. For me, I don't test anymore because I know that what I'm eating all day long, I'm staying consistent. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. And so we're keeping that blood sugar stable. My diet is pretty much redundant. I know what's coming. I know what to keep it steady. And my energy right now, what I have, I'm going to be the same at 5:45 tonight before my last patient. So we've got this consistent energy, and the blood sugar is a huge part of that. Okay, the next thing that we look at is movement. Movement and exercise are two different things. So a lot of people are like, oh, I went for a walk today. I did a mile walk or whatever, and that's my exercise. Hey, Chastity, good to see you too, and checking that blood sugar. Great job. So movement is absolutely crucial. I've got a standing desk right here, and so this is where I'm talking to a lot of my telemedicine patients. We see patients all over the country. I'm talking to them from a standing desk. I'm trying to get up and move as much as possible throughout the day. I used to sit in the morning and read and write and journal, and I'd sit there for 45 minutes. I started thinking, why am I sitting? I tell people don't sit all day, and I'm sitting here doing this. Instead, I get on my treadmill and I get at least another 1.5 miles or 2 miles in on the treadmill while I'm reading, journaling. I'm going to go over my routine here in a little bit. So movement is crucial, but movement is not exercise. So even doing some yoga, doing some stretches, doing a walk, going for a little bike ride, things like that, that is not exercise. That's just life. If you lived in Africa, if you lived in Europe, some of these other places where they don't have cars like we do, where they have to go down to the market to get their food, all of those things, you've got to move every single day. The 10,000 steps is a great baseline. It's not scientific, it's not based on any research, but if you're hitting 10,000 steps a day, you're moving enough throughout the day, so keep up that good work. So movement is different than exercise. So let's jump into the next one, and exercise is going to be a crucial part of your daily activity. 6 or 7 days out of the week, I am doing exercise. I'm doing some type of designated exercise. So I'll get up, I'll be on the treadmill, get my steps in, be journaling, writing, doing all those things, and then go through the either high intensity interval training. Pam, good to see you there. Great to have you on board. The high intensity interval training. Fridays I go for a hike up in the mountains, 2-3 hours up straight uphill like that. It's something where it's a dedicated work on the cardiovascular, work on the muscle strength, do some things. So this morning, I ran 300 meters on the treadmill, did pull-ups, and then did walking lunges with a barbell. So that may be a little bit more than most of you can do, and yet you can do, okay, I'm gonna do a fast walk for 1 lap, and then I'm going to do some banded pull-up work, or do some pull downs with bands, things like that, and then you can do some walking lunges. So there's a lot of things you can do, but that high intensity interval training is crucial for your heart, and it's crucial for your muscles. So almost every day I'm doing something like that, and I will go over how to do the heart rate monitoring in another video, but that's crucial. You don't want to go too much or over that amount. So exercise, high intensity, that's also getting into the breath work and how important breathing is. And we've talked about this a bunch, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Super simple throughout the day, whenever you can. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. And you do that for a minute, do that for 30 seconds. It helps reset that brain, helps calm you down more into that parasympathetic. So you've got to be able to get that good heart rate acceleration there, even 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I'll do another video this week for my wife's website. She has a HIIT, high intensity interval training website that you can do at home, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. We'll be giving you a free 2-week trial of that one as well. The mind is another thing that I focus on every single day, and learning and growing and becoming a better leader, becoming more inspired, learning more about different things that I need to be working on. And so if you saw on my treadmill, I've got a stack of books, things that I'm going through, things that I'm learning. And the mind is crucial no matter what age you are at, whether you are 30 or whether you're 80, you need to continue to learn, you need to continue to develop and even learn new skills like playing the guitar or learning to play the piano. Anything you can do to keep that mind active. One of the worst things that can happen, I had a set of grandparents that they retired from teaching, and they both sat on the recliner for the next 40 years. It was the saddest thing ever. They both got sick. They had cardiovascular disease. Their mind went down. It was a sad thing because they were not continually pushing and working on that brain to accelerate. So we've always got to be moving forward. We've got to always be growing and learning and getting something new. If one of my favorite, if you're not real big into reading or have those challenges with sitting down and actually do it, there's a great app. It's called Blink List, and this is one of my new favorites. It's like summarizing books in about 10 to 20 minutes, and it goes through the different chapters and summarizes each one, reads them out to you. You can read it, you can listen to it. Blink List, it's a great one for you to look at, and then you can listen to these. I try to listen to one on the ride to work with the kids. Lots of different books in there that they've summarized, but these are all great tools to keep that mind moving. All right, another thing that you can do is hot and cold alternating. So hot and cold alternating, think about this. We have gotten soft, right? So you know what I'm saying? We've gotten soft in this world, meaning, hey Paula, good to see you there up in Wyoming. We've gotten soft in this world. So our temperature in our house is always somewhere between 68 and 72, right? And then you put your jacket on. And even if you live in Arizona, you go in from your air conditioning car to your air conditioning office to your air conditioned friend's house, and you just bounce around, and you're never challenging that body. I experienced this yesterday. We just built, actually my 16-year-old built it, a 10 foot by 24 foot insulated greenhouse, and it was about 50 degrees out in Colorado yesterday, and that greenhouse must have been 90 degrees. I was in there planting seeds, doing some different things, and I was sweating. It was great. So that heat is great. We have a sauna that your head can be out of, and they're around $500, one of the best investments we've ever made. If you're feeling run down, sick, toxic, anything like that, great to get those out. But then also cold is good too. Give me a thumbs up if anyone does any cold therapy. It's a little bit more intense than the hot, but you can do it in the shower. Tony Robbins, there's a thumbs up there. Tony Robbins has this bath outdoor, basically 4 foot by 4 foot water. It's probably about 12 feet deep, and it's kept at like 40 degrees. And he just comes from the outside, steps off, and goes, there you go, Carol, cold shower, drops straight down into that water, and just sits there, and then brings his head up and breathes, and lasts as long as he can. The cold and hot are great ways to challenge your body, to get that metabolic instability going a little little bit to get it to go, you know what, I gotta work on this stress and that stress. So we don't want it too much that we're wearing down our body, but we want to add a little bit more temperature stress to the body. It's going to be a great way to get your metabolic state changing. Hey Carol, the Wim Hof breathing method. Yeah, you want to put a link down below for that as well. That'd be great. So hot and cold, great ways to challenge your body. Another one that we look at, number 8, is the nutrition. And nutrition is not just, oh, what diet do you do, all these things, but there's some basic things that we look at. I want you getting real food. Every day I'm looking at real food. What can I do as far as whether that's fruits, veggies, meats, proteins, fats, all these different things. We want real nutrient dense food. The only diet that's ever been shown to increase life expectancy is the low calorie, nutrient dense diet. I was with my cousin this weekend. He said, oh, what are you getting, like 3,000 or 4,000 calories a day? I said, no, maybe 1,800 calories a day is all I do. And yet everything I'm putting in my mouth, except maybe that little dark square of chocolate once in a while, everything I'm putting into my mouth is going to be nutrient dense. It's going to be full of power, as opposed to just throwing whatever in there, or even some rice or even some bread or whatever are not nutrient dense foods. So think about that. Everything putting into your mouth, make it nutrient dense. Eat in a parasympathetic way. Parasympathetic is calming, resting, and digesting. If you're in fight or flight, running, you are not going to be digesting. So sit down, breathe, say a prayer, something before you've got to calm that down, and then eat that wide variety. I tell my patients every day, it is not my goal to get you to just go down to chicken and broccoli. Sure, we'd stabilize your blood sugar and get some weight down and some things like that, but that is not my goal. My goal is to get you eating as much variety as possible and adding in as many variety of nutrients. That's a great thing in this world now. You could eat lobster every single meal if you wanted to. Probably not good for you to do that, but you could get anything and everything, superfoods and super greens and all these things. And so I want you to have that good variety in your diet. So that nutrient and nutrient dense foods is crucial. Air quality, air is huge. This is one of those things that I think why dogs are having as many problems as humans now, because they are left inside in our poor air quality. We have an Austin air filter. There's a lot of good ones out there, but I've got one in my office here. We've got one up front in the office. We've got multiple at the house. We do as much as we can to filter out. Thanks, Carol. We do as much as we can to filter out any toxins, any chemicals that are coming in. You want to make sure that if you paint, that you want to use no VOC paint. That paint can give off a lot of those. If you're redoing floor, don't put carpet in. Do some low VOC flooring. The carpet holds molds and dust and a lot of yucky things, and also off gases in there. You also want to make sure that you're not using any of the little smelly things that go into the outlets. Those are going to give off a lot of VOCs. And you want to make sure that you're using as clean of products as you possibly can. Every time you run out of something, look at it and go, hey, can I get a cleaner product than this? You probably can. 7th generation is an easy one to look at. Most of their things are pretty good. So if you don't know what to do, at least start with 7th generation. That's going to be a good place to go, but that air is crucial. And then my last thing, number 11, this is the most important in my world, and for pretty much everybody else out there, it's going to be one of the biggest things that is going to keep you healthy, and that's your spiritual work that you do, and something that I do every day. When I wake up in the morning, I get on the treadmill and I read the Bible. I look at spiritual texts. I pray. I meditate. Do everything I can to get myself connected, to be as present as possible. And so, whatever spiritual path you are going down, you need to be doing that on a daily basis. I will try to commune throughout the day as much as feasibly possible. So the spiritual side, waking up and setting your intention for the day, planning for for the day, giving gratitude, and then at the end of the day, recognizing what you did, how you lived your life purpose. These are the things that are going to drive you day in and day out and keep you from crashing, keep you from living in fear and anxiety. I see it in patients all the time, this anxiety and this worry and this, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? If you have faith, if you have that spiritual connection, you know that everything's going to be okay, no matter who's president, no matter who's getting arrested, or what the next virus that's coming out, or bacteria, or whatever it is. It's going to be okay. And that's the beauty of the spiritual connection, of being focused and being able to stay in that steady state. So it is, of everything that I do, it is the one thing that even if I don't get exercise in, hey Nancy, good to see you, even if I don't get exercise in, even if I don't get the best food in, I gotta get that spiritual state steady and ready to take on that day. I always say the only thing that we can actually control for what's going to go on for that day is what's going through our head, and those thoughts that are going through our head. And the best way to do that is to set it up, do that morning routine, and that is going to be great. Hey Leah, great to see you. Yeah, Miracle Morning, that is a great one. Love that one. All right, so there it is, 11 crucial things day in and day out that I do. That's why, if you talk to my team here, Becca, Stephanie, Lori, our phlebotomist, everybody, if you talk to them, what's my energy like? Well, it's like this, and then it's like this, and then it's like this, and then it's like this all day long. Why? Because we are putting the work in and day out. So if you've got questions, pop those down below. If you've been trying some of these things and just can't get it figured out, drop us a line. We've got our office in Phoenix. We've got the Fort Collins office. We work on patients all over the country. We'll be opening up in Nashville come April or May. Super excited to jump on board there as well. So if you guys have any questions at all, let us know. We'll be answering those. Check out our other videos, YouTube. We've got over 330 different videos on there, and you can go through, search all of those, and figure out what you need to do to get your life back and to get that health where you need it to be. So make it a great day. Stay strong. Love you guys. Be well.